Hey y'all. Okay, so I got sent this question. Great question. Let's jump right in. And thank you for this question. It was a good opportunity. I wanted to use this to kind of just talk more about this. I talk about this some. Um, a lot of people are not going to like this video, but I'm here to keep people safe and let y'all know the real deal. Um, Cosmetic surgeons are not plastic surgeons. Okay, let me ask you this. I'm a board certified plastic surgeon. Okay, if you know I took um, a course, maybe a weekend or a week, or even a couple months in delivering babies. You want me delivering your baby? Want me doing your hysterectomy? Probably not. I don't want to do those things, right? Because I would not feel comfortable. There's a reason that training programs are the length that they are, right? Um, and how it works is cosmetic surgeons can be, it could be a pediatrician, it could be a dentist. There was a story recently about a dentist um, who did lipo on a lady and things did not go well, and these stories are out there. Um, could be, you know, an OB. It could be anybody who trained in something else who decides, I think I want to do cosmetic surgery. Go do some training, get certified by the Board of Cosmetic Surgery, which let me point out um, is not under the American Board of Medical Specialties, which is the board you want to look at for all the subspecialties, right? Um, and they'll put board certified on the website, and you won't know. And I have had patients in my office who have been. I have had physicians, who who don't know who don't realize there's a difference. And why is that? Well, the purpose is to circumvent that because the public, the common public is not going to know. You're not going to be able to read through the lines. So, hey y'all, that's why I'm here. um, and so, here's the thing. BBL, liposuction, which is what a lot of cosmetic surgeons are doing, those are very technical procedures. They are very potentially dangerous procedures. With liposuction, you're taking a little cannula, little incisions, and you are reaching far and wide to extract fat. If you are not adequately trained, you can end up perforating liver, intestines, bladder, and that's why you see out there where people are dying from cosmetic surgery. Like, it's not normal. Like, it's very abnormal for that to happen. And so you got to do research. You got to look into these things. It's not just about board certification anymore. Ask, what are you board certified in? Look into the websites. If you never see a plastic surgery residency training program, ask some questions. If you see board certified cosmetic surgery, but you don't see plastic surgery training, we all plastic surgeons are proud to have trained in a plastic surgery program. It's hard training, right? So you're proud of that. When you get board certified, that's hard. That's a hard process, y'all. You're proud of that. You're gonna put that out there. If it's not on there, why isn't it there? It's the questions that you need to be asking. Now, social media, a whole thing, y'all. Because on social media, you can portray yourself as something that you're not. You can portray excellent results on the table, and all this stuff, and you may have hundreds of thousands of followers, and you may be a cosmetic surgeon, but to the public, you're like, oh my gosh, look at this, and then you run there and something happens, and then in hindsight, you do research and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize, right? So just do your research. Don't use social media, only social media. Look at everything, right? Look at social media. I'm on social media. I think it's a great thing, but look at the website, etc. I've had people often ask me, other actually practitioners, like one was an OB, and she was like, I really want to do cosmetic surgery. What do you think about doing? What do you think about these small fellowships that are a couple months or even a year? A year is not enough time, y'all, to learn the nuances of plastic surgery. It's just not. What do you think? And I've said, if you want to do plastic surgery, then I would recommend you do a plastic surgery residency, full training, so you can adequately take care of patients and feel comfortable. Of course, that response wasn't very favored, but I'm always going to be honest, because I'm like, we're out here to protect and serve and help people, not to hurt people. And the other flip side of that is, I'll tell you a little story. I had someone I knew from a long, long time ago, who was not a cosmetic, did not do original training in plastic surgery, trained in something else completely different. I'm gonna try to keep it as anonymous as possible, to train something completely different, and then did a little training in cosmetic surgery, started doing that, and then did it for a year, and then talked to me and was like, gosh, can you help me with a couple patients? I'm having some issues because I just didn't realize that they needed this, or I can't offer this. And so I was like, okay. And I was like, kind of like asking, like, why don't you just go do full training, etc. We went back and forth a little bit. And then when all said and done, I think me and person, a couple years back, and we were touching base, and she was like, I am so much happier now. I'm now in my own lane. I want you to marinate on that. I'm now in my own lane. So what does that mean? That person kind of knew that they were uncomfortable in this other lane, but they were, it's so we got to stay in our own lanes. Why do you go through all this training and this residency programs? So that you can get comfortable in a subspecialty. You have to realize your limits. And I often tell patients, if patients ask me like about, I do a lot of breast cancer stuff, and patients ask me about their oncology stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I have a general idea of this, but I'm going to stay in my own lane, right? What happens when you're driving and you start going in other lanes? That's how car accidents happen, bad things happen. Stay in our lanes, right? But this is my long-winded answer as usual to this question. I would just look for a board-certified plastic surgeon who's had the training. Honestly, that's what it's about. It's about this. It's about knowing that if things were to go wrong, that person can handle the situations, right? Because when you venture out and start doing stuff, yeah, maybe you can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But when problems start happening, can you address that? Do you have the tools? Do you have the tools and the equipment and the knowledge to be able to address the issues that can happen, right? That's the big question. Okay, hope that helps. Catch y'all later.